So I suppose all of you are here wanting some magic or some magic dust to help you get over the canter, get over the fear of cantering. Well, the bad news is I ran out yesterday, and so I don't have any of that, but I am going to give you a few concepts on that. So if you ever thought about why is it so much fear comes up when you ask for the canter? Have any of you ever thought of that? So what comes up to you? Why do you get afraid when you think about canter? Lose your balance. Yeah. Provokes bucking. That's a good one. As I travel around and teach, I'd say probably 50 to 75% of my students, when I just say the word canter, their body goes, it tightens up, already changes and goes, oh my gosh, we're going to do that. So there's this huge fear, and rightly so. There's a few of you saying, lose my balance, and getting bucked off, falling off's a, pretty big one. And so all of those fears, they play over in our mind before we go into the canter. And there's something unique about the canter. The canter, why do we get it at the canter but not at the trot? And part of it is the speed, and part of it is the canter is a 3-beat gait. So it's a little unbalancing for you as a rider. So you have to be able to follow that movement, where a trot is just, pretty basic. You can post, you can go up and down and follow that feel. And a walk, it's slow enough so we can just follow that movement. Where the canter, you have the speed coming in. So it's a lot harder to manage and negotiate that. So how do we identify the fear? Have you ever thought about identifying what exactly is it that's causing the fear? What I find, in studying and watching it and looking in my own fear is it's the feeling I can't handle it. If you really look deep into what fear is, it's that feeling I cannot handle the situation. Because if you all of you think of something you're really good at doing, and you're a master at that. Does fear pop up much when you think about that? No, because it's easy for you. You know whatever comes your way, you can handle that. Okay? So how do we present and how do we develop ourselves to be able to start handling the canter? Okay? Well, first thing is can you identify where that fear is coming from? So really become aware of your body, become aware of what's going on, what's causing the fear. Every one of us, it's going to be a little something different. But can we figure out what that is? Become aware of the circumstance and figure out where the piece is that I'm going, oh my gosh, I can't handle that. Because if you can go, oh, I can't handle that on that piece, then you can look back and go, I wonder what I could do to help me get to the point where I can handle that. Okay? So the canter, we're going faster, we're speeding up, we're going, the rhythm feels funny, it's a 3-beat, so we're off with that. So we have to have a lot of things going. So You're looking for that awareness, finding where the issue is. So those are more of the things that you're going to think about in your head. Those are the things that are going on in our head. What are some things that we can do to help that? So there's really three things there's more than three things, but I boiled it down to three things. And the first is, are you physically fit and is your horse physically fit? Those both go hand in hand. So if you're not feeling like you can handle what the horse throws at you, then that worry is going to come up, that fear is going to come up. But if you get in a place where you feel more physically fit to be able to handle that, it's much easier. This summer, one of the clinics I was doing, this gal, she's a firefighter, and she's riding the saddlebred, and I'd worked with her a number of times this past year, and her horse is getting better and better, but we're out in this big open meadow, and her horse is, saddlebred, feeling really good, and just kind of taking off on her. And so she's just, flying around, trying to get control, and I was helping her, telling her some things. But a huge reason she was able to handle that is because she's a firefighter. She could handle what was coming her way. Afterwards, you could tell she was afraid, but she could do it because she physically was in shape to be able to do that. So you really have to think about that. And then your horses. Is your horse to a place where you can just go out and pick up a canter? Or, are you just saying, oh, I think I should canter, so now let me go pick it up? And usually, things fall apart. So the second thing is prepare, prepare, prepare. You prepare your horse to the point that the canter is not a big deal. To the point where the horse goes, oh, I'd love to do that. Instead of saying, hey, let's push into it, let's make them do it, instead of allow them to do it. So I tell my students a lot is imagine holding a bird in your hand, and you open your hand and the bird flies out. Just imagine if that was your canter depart. That you could just allow your horse to canter and the horse would go, oh, I'd love to. Does anybody have that on their horse? Where their horse says, oh, I'd love to go cantering. Sometimes when you're coming home on the trail. Yeah. So take that feeling of when they're just, oh, I'd love to. Now it takes time to develop that. So the third thing is the canter depart. To me, it's all about getting a nice canter depart.